Hello, third graders. Today we are going to subtract across zeros. And as we do that, we're going to keep in mind that addition and subtraction are related because they are inverse operations. So what that means is when we finish our subtraction, we can use addition to check our answer to see if we're correct. If we were adding, we would be able to use a subtraction problem to check that answer. It also is the reason that we have fact families because they're related. They're inverse operations. So let's get started. This first question says 204 minus 87. I went ahead and I built the number 204 right here to help you visualize that number. So 204 is made up of two hundreds, so we have 200 blocks, a 0 in the tens place, so that means there are no tens in this number, and 4 ones. So we have 4 ones here. So we're starting with the number 204. And it wants us to take away 87. Now we always start with the ones. We only have 4 ones, but this problem wants us to take 7 of them away. And we can't do that. So normally we would go next door, we would take a tens block apart, we would regroup that and make it 10 ones. The problem is when we go next door to get a tens block, there aren't any there. Whenever you go next door to regroup in place value, if there's a 0, then that means it's kind of like going next door to your neighbor to borrow something, and your neighbor's saying, you know what, I don't have any of those, but if you wait right here, I'll go get some from my neighbor, and I'll borrow from them, so then you can borrow some from me. It's a little bit like that. So there are no ones. We go next door to regroup the tens. There are no tens. So we have to go next door to the next place value. And that is hundreds. So we're going to regroup, whoops, let me get a writing tool here. We're going to regroup 100. There's 2 of them here. So we're just going to take 1. You're always just going to take 1. So let's show that with our blocks. We take 1 of the hundreds. Now remember, when you regroup, you're trading it in, sort of, breaking that apart. So hundreds will break into tens. And it takes 10 hundreds. Oops, I'm going to come off of there. So when we regroup, we're going to get 10 tens. So 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now I have 10 tens, and I want to show that with my work here because there were 0. I traded, I regrouped, right? So now I have 10, and I need to show that, okay? But I still need to do something about these ones. See, we have only 4 ones still, but we need to take 7 away. But now that we have some tens, we can take one of those tens, always just take one of them. That's going to leave them with 9. So let me come next door here and take one of these blocks to regroup. Take that away. And we're kind of trading it in. We're renaming it, remember? And what do we get if we trade in a tens block? How many ones will that be? Well, it does take 10 ones to equal a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I just got 10 more ones. I need to show that now with my numbered math problem. There were 4 ones already here. Right there they are. We brought over 10 more ones. So when we put all of these together, we just kind of put them all together there, that gives us 14 ones. And now that we have 14, now we can take 7 of them away. We'll just do it by crossing them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then how many ones are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. Then we go to our tens. We have 9 of them. See the 9 up there? It wants us to take away 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That leaves us with 1 10 left because 9 minus 8 is 1. Then we go to our hundreds. There's 100. It doesn't want us to take any of them away. So we're still going to have 1 minus nothing equals 1. So 204 minus 87 equals 117. Now we could check this with inverse operations, but I actually want to just get to the next one with you. This one's a little bit trickier because if you look at it, there are 2 zeros there. But first I want to talk about this question. It says a town named Marshall has a population of 8,004 people. There are 1,349 people under the age of 18. That means they're younger than 18. How many of the people in Marshall are not under age of 18? This here is the question that they want us to solve. So we're going to always underline the question. Now, whenever I see a question that says how many of something are not, I always think of this part-whole diagram because it tells me if I add this part to this part, it gives me the total. And that's what type of question this is. I know how many people are in this town. It tells me 8,004 people. So that's the total number of people. It tells me that 1,349 of the people are under the age of 18. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. That's this part. I'll put U18 just to remind myself. So if I think about all the people in this town, I already know that 1,349 of them are younger than 18. They're telling me the rest of them must be over 18. I don't know how many that is. That's what we're trying to solve. So what we're going to do to figure that out, whenever you have the total and you have one of the parts, if you subtract the part that you already know, whatever's left is going to be the part that we're trying to figure out. So that's exactly what we're going to do in this question. Here we go. So we have 8,004 minus 1,349. We're going to start with our ones. 4 minus 9 again, and we can't do that. If we only have 4, we can't take 9 away. So we would go over to the tens to get a 10 to regroup and break it apart. The problem is there are no tens. In order to get some more tens, we would need to break apart a 100. But when we go over to the hundreds place, there are no hundreds. So then we need to go over to the thousands place to get some hundreds. That's the first place value that actually has something to work with here. So we have 8 thousands. We're going to regroup just one. That's going to leave 7 thousands. When we bring that thousands over, it breaks apart or regroups into 10 of the hundreds blocks. Now that we have 10 hundreds, we can take one of those because remember, we still want to get back over here to get some tens, and we can get some tens from right here. We have 10 tens, we're going to take one of those, so we're going to regroup. They're going to leave that with 9. When you bring it over, you're bringing over 10. And now we have 10 tens. The problem is we're still back at the ones, and we need to take 9 away, but we only have 4. But now that we have 10 tens, we can regroup one of those, that leaves with 9, and bring it over here. When we bring over 10, there's already 4 here, so we put that with the 4 that's there, and we have 14. So we had to regroup. We had to regroup a couple of times here. That's where it gets really tricky. Let's see, 14 minus 9. Can we do that? Sure we can. That's 3. I'm sorry, that's 5. Silly me. Erase. Here we go. Even teachers make mistakes. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. 7 minus 1 is 6. So our answer is 6,655. Let's try another one. These are very tricky. Okay, I covered up half of the screen on this one to help us to focus on the problem because it's 2006 minus 536. We start with the ones. We have 6 minus 6. And actually, we can do that without having to regroup. If we have 6 and we take all of those away, we're left with 0, none. Then we go over to the tens. We have none, and they want us to take 3 away. We can't do that. So we're going to go over to the 100s, but when we get there to regroup, there's nothing there to regroup with. So we need to go over to the thousands to regroup. We're going to take just one of them. There were 2, so if we take one, that leaves 1 left. We always bring over 10. And since there are none already here to combine it with, it's just the 10 we brought over. okay? But we're still at 0 minus 3, and we still can't do that. However, now that there are some hundreds, we're going to regroup one of those. So instead of 10, we're going to take one of them. We're going to regroup it, so that's why they only have 9 now. We're bringing 10 over here, and there are none already here to combine it with, so all we have are the 10 we just brought over. And now we can do the subtraction. 10 minus 3 equals 7. 9 minus 5 equals 4. And 1 minus nothing equals 1. And I put my comma in between my hundreds and my thousands place. Now we're going to use inverse operations. So we subtracted to get our answer. So to check it, we're going to add. So we think it is 1,470. We're going to add it to the middle number, 536, and we're going to see what we get. 0 plus 6 is 6. 7 plus 3 is 10, so we need to regroup the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 5 is a double, that's 10. Regroup the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2006, let's see, is that what we started with up here? Yes, it is, even though I have it crossed off, you can see underneath my crossing off, it was 2006. So that tells us that our answer right here is correct. Let's go to another problem. It says subtract to find the unknown, all right? This is a subtraction sentence, remember, because it's going sideways like when we read. So whenever you come to one of these, you're actually going to stack it up by place value in order to do the subtraction. So we have 9,006, I like to put the commas in, and 7,474. Okay, and we are subtracting to find this unknown. It just means we don't know the answer yet. So we always start with our ones. 6 minus 4, we can do that without having to regroup anything. That's 2. Then we go to our tens. 0 minus 7, we can't do that. If we have none, we can't take 7 away. So we're going to go next door to regroup, but there are no hundreds to regroup with. So then we need to go over to the thousands to get some hundreds. That's the first place value where we can regroup. So we're going to take one of those. That's going to leave 8. When we bring it back, we always bring over 10, and there's none there, so all we have are the 10 we just brought back. And now we have 10, we can regroup with one of those. Let's take one of those away, and we're bringing over 10, so we have some 10s to work with. Now that we have 10 10s, can we take 7 away? Yes, we can. That's 3. 9 minus 4 equals 5. 8 minus 7 equals 1. 1,532.